Hey, what's up guys? Welcome in and welcome back to another video here with Never Settle Fitness. Today we wanted to talk to you about what it means to train with purpose and how we go about helping our clients meet their goals and giving them the results that they not only want, but they need at the same time.
Yes guys, Never Settle Fitness is not your typical personal training studio, and Nate and I are not your typical personal trainers. So we really want to dive in deep today of what our motto, Train with Purpose, means and why it separates us from the rest of the health and fitness professionals out there. So again, our motto here at Never Settle Fitness is to train with purpose. We believe that everything that you do should be done with purpose. It should be done with intent. It should be intentional, right? And our health, our fitness is no different. This should be something that is intentional and well thought out and planned, and it should serve a greater purpose. So we have broken down this concept into 5 different categories. And we're going to go over each of those 5 categories today so you can have a better understanding of who we are and what we can offer you. So the first one here is recondition your workouts. And this is exactly what it sounds like, guys. This is all about your intentional movement, your physical activity, your exercise, but doing it with the greater purpose in mind. So we're not just going to a gym and, working out aimlessly. We are really programming your fitness routine with your end goal in mind. So it is specifically catered to the individual, where their current fitness level is, and then also what their goals are. We've taken into consideration different imbalances in the body that we look at and we try to correct over time. We take into concern and, like any type of, what's the word here?
I'm not sure.
Like any type of risk factors that you may have that might affect your overall workout. So your limitations, that was the word I was looking for. We take into consider everything and really form this based off of where you are today. Not where you want to be, but where are you today, and how can we cater your workouts to reflect where you want to be in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. There's not much more I can add to that, so I'm gonna go ahead and move over to number 2 here, which is going to be the most critical portion of it all, and it's also going to take you the most time to really gain the understanding that you need and the consistency you need based off where it is when you first get into your journey. But that's going to be refueling your body with healthy foods, guys. So as I mentioned just before, this is going to be a real learning experience here. This is something that we don't expect you to change overnight, something that's not going to happen, in a week, maybe 2 weeks. It's going to take you some time to really gain the understanding and the consistency in this area that you need. But the one thing you can do in your journey is make conservative efforts, guys. Try to put it on your mind, try to plan ahead and accordingly, and we do the best that we can from our end to make as many recommendations, as many suggestions as we can to help you really get that overall, healthy, balanced diet that's going to be consistent and is going to align itself with what you're doing in the gym with your reconditioned workouts to cater to your goals. Now, there's a lot of different fruits, vegetables, grains out there, a lot of different things, not just broccoli, not just rice, not just chicken. So guys, there's a lot of different things out there based off what it is that you like. Don't get caught up in the nostalgia of just thinking chicken, rice, and broccoli is all you're gonna eat every day. That is a really great meal, but you can mix it up and there are a lot of options there, and we will be here to help you really get the understanding, learn what it is you need to be doing at the grocery store, what things you should be looking for, and how you should be going about that to get the best results possible and be sure that your body is getting the proper nutrition along the way.
Yes, and I think the way that we're very different when it comes to this category in comparison to other professionals is that we really focus on foods that are going to heal the body. So things that not just are going to help you in the gym. I feel like there's a lot of trainers out there, a lot of great professionals out there that can help you do that. But what type of foods are actually going to help reverse disease or prevent you from getting sick in the first place? And that's really our main priority here. Yes, they will also help your goals long term. Yes, they will help you look the way that you want, feel the way that you want, but ultimately we're concerned about the healing of your body, and that's why we really put an emphasis on nutritional healing and suggesting foods that are going to help your body just like regenerate long term. And there's not a lot of health professionals that are going to give you the advice that we are going to give you when it comes to your overall eating and what that lifestyle should look like. I think that healthy food is very relative to the individual when people are talking about it, and so there can be a lot of confusion around what's healthy and what's not, because you have all these different doctors, health professionals, fitness professionals, and they're all saying different things, and it's hard to know what's right and what's not. So when it comes to us, we are always going to base our decisions really with all these things, but definitely from the food aspect, not only from a scientific standpoint, but then also a spiritual standpoint. So we are going to really combine those components to give you the overall eating plan that can be maintained long term. And this is something that's going to be very controversial when it comes to like what society is going to tell you to eat and what that healthy version of food looks like. But again, we're not your typical personal trainers, and we are going to have your overall long-term health in mind, not just the here and now.
And let me say this too, because when we say long-term, we're not just saying that these foods are going to give you long-lasting benefits. Yes, they are. But a lot of people, problem that they run into is that they get a great diet plan to follow that's either 30, 60 to 90 days long. And then once that time expires, they go right back to what they did before, because they don't really have that understanding of how should I be eating every day. And that's what we mean when we say long-term, is we want to teach you what it means to eat healthy every day. Yes, you can have those cheat meals, you can slack off here and there, but we just want to teach you what a traditional healthy meals looks like on the regular basis. Not just for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Yes, we can be strict and really cut back on some things to really get some quicker results and a focus on certain things. But what does eating look like every day, even once that 30, 60, or 90-day diet ends, that specific diet ends? Now what do you eat like? Do you just go back to what you did before that got you to getting to the point where you needed a personal trainer or a dietitian? Or now do you have all the staples there of knowing this is what I need to do when I go to the grocery store, these are the food groups that I should be focused on, and this is how I'm going to eat a healthy meal 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
All right, and that's going to bring us into our next category here, which is recharge with a good night's rest. This is so important, guys. When you sleep, that's how your body heals. That's how it's going to kind of take in everything that happened during that day and just give you a fresh start in the morning. So if you're somebody who is not getting deep, quality, uninterrupted sleep, if you're someone who struggles falling asleep or staying asleep, if you toss and turn a lot at nighttime, then we are going to help you address that. Are we sleep experts? No. But we are fitness experts and we are nutrition experts, and all these things play a role in how it affects your overall sleep. So oftentimes we find that if we are able to make changes to a person's nutrition and their fitness routine, then the sleep will naturally fix itself. If it does not, we can also look into other things like creating an environment that's conducive for quality sleep, shutting down electronics, the TV, your phone, email, really getting out of the mindset of working and getting into the mindset of relaxing. So that is going to be things that we look into and that we will advise you on when it comes to your weekly accountability check-ins that we give all of our clients.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. This is probably one of the most slept on areas.
See what you did there.
Yeah, this is one of the most probably slept on and forgotten about areas that people probably don't put enough focus in, and I'm basing it off of what clients have told us off of past experiences. prior to the one that they have with us. And we try to really help them gain understanding of why that rest time, that recharging period is very critical to their overall success in obtaining their goals. First and foremost, you want to make sure that your body, your mind, and everything is in a position to perform at its best every single day. Not just in the gym, but in the workplace, when you're parenting, when you're performing for your family, no matter what that is, you want to feel good and you want to be able to do those things to the best of your ability, right? So recharging your mind and your body at night is going to be very critical to that. So getting some rest is important, and I like to call this whole thing a domino effect, and I'm going to wrap that up for you once we cover these next two, which is going to be something very similar to resting and recharging. Is going to be renew.
Well, before you even get into that, I know we're talking about recharging and we're like specifically talking about sleep, but maybe you're somebody who does sleep well, but you still don't feel recharged in the mornings. That's definitely something that we'll look into as well, because recharging can look different for different people. And although we're talking about sleep specifically right now because it's such a huge component and it's one that we see often, oftentimes recharging can mean just going on a walk. It can mean removing yourself from a situation, going on a vacation. These are also things that we encourage for you to get a break from your everyday life. And you guys absolutely need that. And in a society that is so fast-paced, we really encourage our clients to slow down and really focus on the things that matter most. So I just wanted to throw that in, that yes, we put an emphasis on sleep, but recharge could also mean other things, and we do take all that into consideration.
All right, guys, and that's a great segue for what I was heading to next, which is going to be to renew your mind and your spirit. And going for those walks, removing yourself from stressful environments, things that aren't going to be conducive for relaxing and getting your body to actually be able to recover, is going to be renewing your mind and your spirit by basically, guys, keeping your stress levels at a minimum for the most part. Now, we can talk about things like meditation and so on based off what it is you believe and how you live your life. But primarily, stress levels is another critical component that I can say, like sleep, is kind of looked over and not taken into account in most cases. Even though with the physical exertion of your workouts, that's going to naturally start to help you cater to and and lower those stress levels. But really being sure that you're just kind of letting your hair down in certain situations where you just can't be in control of everything. You just need to remove yourself from environments. You need to get away and do something just for you at the moment, whether that's a walk, whether that's going outside and working in your garden if you have one, whether that's doing yard work in general or cleaning your home or doing anything that's going to calm the energy around you and allow you to lower your overall stress levels, gain a mental level of focus that is going to allow your mind and your spirit to just be renewed.
Yep, our bodies were designed to handle stress, but they were only designed to handle small amounts of stress for very short durations. Typically, the average American has an immense amount of stress, whether that's work-related, family-related, financial. There's so many different scenarios when we think of like the common stressors when it comes to our society. And over this past year and a half, even with coronavirus, guys, that was just like something added on top of everybody's daily stressful lives. And then we had this very stressful situation that came and intensified all those. And so our bodies, even though they can handle stress, they're not supposed to handle that high levels of stress for long periods of time without sacrificing the quality of your body and its function. So when you are thinking about stress levels, we always ask our clients on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you want to pull your hair out, how would you rate your normal everyday stress levels, on average? And if you are looking at that mid to even high range, your stress levels are way too high, and especially if we're talking about months or maybe even years that you felt that way. And I will say the average American feels like this. Probably to the point where they don't even feel like they're stressed anymore because they've gotten used to that 8 or 9 on that 1 to 10 sliding scale, and so their body has adapted, but they're not fully functioning. They're not at their best. They don't remember what it feels like to even be at their best. And so like Nate mentioned, we talk about adding like high quality stress management techniques. But then also from the spiritual side, I pray for my clients. I pray for you whether you want me to or not, but I will also pray over you if that's something that you guys desire. And I think that spiritual aspect is so important, especially when it's combined with these other things that we're talking about. For me, nothing is more powerful than fasting and prayer. And if we can really remove all temptation from our everyday lives and really just stop and slow down and take all distractions away and just focus on, that greater purpose, we're going to set ourselves up for an immense amount of success. And that's ultimately what we're going to help our clients get to, a point of really being intentional, like we said, living an intentional life, living with purpose. And it really, starts here as far as where you start to see the magic happen. Yes, you're going to see results in all these other areas, but when you get to perfect your mind, when you figure out that, then everything else kind of falls into place.
Right. All right, guys. And for our last R here is going to be recover to get to that next level. And this is going to be back on the physical side. This is something that's going to be almost similar to reconditioning your workouts. We want to be sure that we're taking those after moments very seriously. So that way you're increasing performance in the gym, you're lowering your amount of soreness and overall stiffness within the body in between sessions, allowing you to still be able to do the things you need to do on a daily basis without feeling too overwhelmed, too overly sore, or anything of that nature. But the main reason is you want to increase performance and get better time and time in the gym. So things like foam rolling, deep stretching, light massage therapy, so on and so on, are going to be things that's going to be critical for you to do and add into your routine. And that's something that we're very adamant about adding. I remember going on a tangent about it early on in my fitness career, where a lot of clients I see were just very foreign to stretching. It was something that was very new, something that they didn't consider, or their other trainers didn't take into consideration. But once it was added in, they immediately started to feel the benefits after a few sessions, coming into the gym, not being so stiff and sore from the last workout, and then having that hinder their workout of that day. So they're able to get multiple workouts, multiple good workouts throughout the week, and increasing performance throughout the week with those workouts. So really taking your stretching, the mobility, the lengthening of your muscles, all of those things are going to be critical.
Now, recovering to get to that next level is really your flexibility, your mobility, and your stability. And really combining all of those aspects to make you the best version of yourself possible. Recovering to get to that next level is ultimately your quality of life. What does that look like? How do you feel every day? Because if we, recondition your workouts and you're hitting these PRs and you're lifting more weight, you're getting stronger, you're getting leaner, but you don't feel good when you get out of bed, then what does it matter? So this is really your quality of life. And I will say, this can also go into like vitamin deficiencies, mineral deficiencies. So very recently, since we've moved to Florida, we've taken a different approach that I feel is really just maximizing that never settle experience, where we have and are continuing to partner with like-minded businesses that are dedicated to the same things we are, that have that same vision in mind, and that they're experts in their specialty. So Nate and I are experts when it comes to your fitness and when it comes to your eating, when it comes to those two things. And then I would say even like your recovery, we are experts when it comes to that. But there's these other areas that are so important that we've talked about, but we're not experts in those. And so we can bring other experts in that, really make those things their niche, and they are a part of that never settle experience, where we can refer you to them and say, you know what, you're in trusted hands. We fully believe in this person and this business and what they have to offer, and they will help you. So we're doing that now, where we're just building our influence and building that Never Settle brand so we can give you the best experience possible. So, maybe Nate and I, we teach you how to eat healthy, but heal the body. Not just eating healthy, but we teach you how to heal the body, but then you're like, okay, that's great, I understand that, that makes sense to me now, but I don't know what to cook. I don't know how to make these foods. I've never cooked like that before. Well, then we bring on a chef that's going to teach you how to eat those same foods and eat that same way that we just explained to you. Or, maybe you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, but you're just not getting results, and you're worn down, you're not recovering properly. Well, then we might refer you to a functional medicine doctor and say, maybe you need to go look at these different areas, and then they can rebalance your body so that you're getting the full benefit with us. I really think that that's a huge reason why we're different, guys, is that we're willing to refer you out to people who are just as good at their job as we are at ours. And I think ultimately we are different because we focus on healing the body through functional training and also nutritional healing. Those are our two specialties where we can really provoke change when it comes to our clients.
All right, guys, so how does this all work together? Here you go. So when you first come to us, or any trainer that is off the back, your food, your nutrition, it may not be the best. It's going to take you a while to get that where it needs to be. Your sleep situation, resting and recovering, recharging your body, may not be where you need it to be or want it to be at your initial start. Maybe even your stress levels is something you just can't control at the moment, and that's going to take some time. But the one thing you can control right off the bat, right from the start, to knock that first domino over, to start assisting in those other areas, is being accountable with your workouts. Showing up, being on time, giving the best effort possible. Because once you do that, you know what's going to happen next? Those stress levels are naturally going to start to reduce themselves, because physical exercise is a key to starting to lower stress levels. That's scientifically proven. So your stress levels are right off the bat, just from you showing up, working out, and giving your best effort, you're going to start to feel less stress. The wear and tear on the body, exerting yourself physically in the gym, is going to cause you to naturally want to get more rest. Your body's going to get tired. It's going to get worn down after a while, and you're going to naturally start to sleep better. And now your nutrition, your body, after so many sessions, working out, depleting itself with all the different things that you're doing in the gym with the exertion, your body's going to start to ask for replenishment. And if your diet isn't on point to start with, if you aren't eating the best foods, your body will let you know as it is beginning to adapting. It's going to start to call for fresher, more holistic things that is going to be more beneficial to your overall immune system, your recharging of the body, the refueling aspect of your body, getting the proper vitamins and nutrients that you need so that your body can continue to do what you're doing in the gym. It's going to cover itself. Then ultimately, what's going to happen last? The recovery aspect of it. Giving your body all those proper things, getting a good night's sleep, lowering those stress levels is going to make you feel fresher and ready to take on the day each and every day going forward. So if you show up and you just give your best effort with the workouts, we know you're not going to be perfect elsewhere to start with. Most people aren't. If you are, terrific, you're starting off strong and you just need to maintain it. But for the average person that this is all new to them, no worries. A lot of people go through the same thing, and we're here to help you along the way. And so are those other experts that we have on board that's ready to come in and give you their expertise as well. But if you can just show up and focus and give your best effort with your physical workouts, everything else will start to fall in place. All you got to do is knock over that first domino with the one thing we both can control with it, which is your workouts. The eating will cover itself, the sleep will cover itself, the stress will cover itself, the recovery will cover itself. And then from there, you get the results that you deserve, and then also you can be added to those reviews that everyone else can trust.
Absolutely, guys. So there you have it. Train with Purpose, broken down into these 5 different concepts. What we believe to be whole and complete wellness. And as Nate mentioned, we're not asking you to perfect this all tomorrow. All we're asking you to do is to reach out and show up.
Absolutely, guys. And with that being said, never give up.
Never lose hope.
And
Never settle.
All right, until next week, have a great rest of your day. And guys, remember, make healthy choices.